Hey everyone, now that we have shooting working and we have bad guys, let's make it so that we can customize our bad guys so that they move at different speeds and so that they take a different amount of hits to die. So right now I have this ghost and this skeleton, and they're both working off a code in the bad guys class. And really there's no difference between these two actors except for the graphics that I'm using. So let's customize the speed and customize the amount of bullets it takes to kill this actor. So to do this, we're actually going to go to the bad guys superclass, and we're going to actually kind of work backwards. We're going to pass custom information from the skeleton and the ghost into this class. So to do that, what we need to do is create a constructor. So a constructor, remember, is code that happens once when an actor is created. So let's write a constructor by writing public. And then right here, we have to write the name of the class, which is bad guys, and put it right here. Now, in the parentheses here, we're going to actually tell bad guys what kind of information it needs to create a bad guy. So let's put an int called bSpeed for bad guy speed here. And let's require an integer called bHealth for how many hit points these bad guys need. Let's add some curly braces here. And now let's actually set this speed to be whatever B speed is. So we're going to write speed equals B speed. And what that's going to do is this number, when this bad guy is constructed, is essentially going to be used right here to overwrite this speed right here. So we can actually pass in a custom speed. In fact, so we're not confused, let's just delete the 3 out of there. We can do the same thing with health. But first we need to make an integer called health, and let's pass this b health into the health. So that equals b health. Now, this is all the code we need in here for right now. If I press compile, we're going to instantly get errors in the skeleton and the ghost class. So you can see right here, my ghost showed up and my skeleton showed up, and it says, hey, we have some problems. So in the skeleton class, the problem is that the skeleton doesn't have a constructor. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go into the skeleton class and write a constructor. So let's press enter a couple times here at the top. And we're going to write public and then skeleton like this and create a constructor here. And instead of really putting our values like our speed and our health in here, we just have to put them in the constructor. So right here, we're going to write super, and then in parentheses, the first number is how fast they're going to be. So let's make this skeleton like really fast, like 8. And then let's give it a little bit of health. So let's just put 1 for 1 health, like this. So we're passing this 8 to the superclass, and we're saying this is its speed. We're passing this and saying this is its health. Now let's go to the ghost class, and we got to do the same thing. So for the ghost class here, what we need to do is make a constructor. So I'm going to put my mouse right here, press enter a couple times, and write public, and then ghost, and then we're going to basically pass in to the superclass that we want the ghost to be really slow, like 2, and we want it to take 3 bullets to kill the ghosts, and put a semicolon here. And now if we press compile, we should have no errors. So to check this, what we could do here is go to our game. We could drop in a skeleton, and we could drop in a ghost, and they should move at different speeds. And that skeleton is really fast, and that ghost is really slow. So now that we know this is working, let's just go to the bad guys class and write a quick method to take care of the health. So I'm going to put this in the bad guys class so that it can be used in both of the skeleton and the ghost. I'm just going to scroll to the bottom, and I'm going to write a method called die or death. Public void death. And so what we want to do here is just tell these bad guys that the bullet's going to kill them. So we'll just use some basic intersecting object code. So an actor, that's the bullet, equals get 1 intersecting object from the bullet class. And then we're going to say that if a bullet is hitting the bad guys, so if it's not null, we want to do some code. The first thing that I want to do here is I actually want to say get the world and remove the object. Let's get rid of the bullet right away. So the bullet's going to disappear when it hits the bad guy. And then we just need some ifs to take care of the health part. So we're going to say if the bad guy has some health. So if the health is greater than or equal to 1, let's take some health away. Health equals health minus 1. Now here it feels like you should use an else if, but if you do, it's not going to work. It's going to skip this part. So we actually want another if statement. I'm going to say if the health is less than or equal to 0. You don't want these two linked. So we're going to say if the health is less than or equal to 0, get the object dot remove, I'm sorry, not get the object, get the world dot remove the object. We're going to get rid of this bad guy. Now let's press compile, make sure we have no errors. And now this is code that we need to call in the bad guys. Please notice that this is code that's going to take that actor out of the world. This needs to be the last thing that the actor does. So in the ghost class, in the act method, death has to be the last thing that it does. Same thing in the skeleton class. Death has to be the last thing that it does. You can't do anything after you die. You'll get a terminal error. That's why we do that. So let's press compile. And basically now, let's make sure our code works. So let's press reset. Let's put a ghost up here. Let's put a skeleton down here. And my player right here. And let's make sure that we can kill these dudes. So here, that was 1 shot for the skeleton. Let's jump up here. 1 shot, 2 shot, 3 shots for the ghost. And you can do this with a whole bunch of other things. If you want to add abilities to your bad guys, you can put it in the bad guy class and then use the super class to customize it or tell the code to skip or use different variables in parts of your super class. So that's how we can customize bad guys.